Hey beautiful people, welcome back to another podcast. My name's Sureet and this is Stevie K. We are husband and wife and we have been married for 24 years. And we do these podcasts every other week if we can, or once a week. Sometimes we miss them. We try our best, but we're here. We're rolling with the day, although it's been like, we've got so much work to do. We were planning on doing something else today, but we thought, hey, the energy is not there today. The energy is not there with what we want to do. So it's a podcast today because I guess I feel like I've got not lots to speak about. I want to speak about stuff. And it's just like, I'm one of those who talks about something, but then I track off elsewhere. I just go from one thing to another. So yeah, I don't know where this podcast is going to go today. So I don't even think there's going to be a particular heading for it. Let's just jump right into it. So what I want to talk about today is just like with what we're doing, life is going great. We have our ups and downs. Things are hard. Things get stressful. And you guys know, like I said, we're married 20 years and we have children. Yeah, so there's always...
We were 24. But we're now 20 now, okay? So, we were 24.
Okay. See, 24 years. And it's like, hey, you know what?
Even though our eldest daughter is 22.
Yeah, but you know what? People still don't believe us that we're actually married for that long. So, they think we're lying. They really think we're lying. We're just doing this for YouTube and we've got this make-believe family who are our, I don't know, adopted relation or something. That's what we try and do to make numbers on you. That's what I read a message not long ago, the other day. They're saying, come on, please, can you just tell us the truth? Are these just your families that you're pretending for YouTube to get somewhere? I'm like, dude, been married 24 years. Yes, so going back to what I was saying is there's lots that goes on. We've discussed this in previous podcasts. It's like, if it's not the kids, it's work. If it's not his work, it's me and him not having time together. So there's always something going on and it's just stressful, just having that balance and stuff. But I was just like thinking today, not even today, I was like, I have been thinking throughout the week, just because I've got loads of things in my head that I want to kind of start putting to practice or learn or have the time for those kind of things I want to do. And I was thinking, like, there's one particular thing that I find really hard to do. And considering we're in such a... Why are you smiling?
I haven't said anything yet.
Well, you're smiling at...
I haven't said nothing. Exactly. I haven't said anything. I'm letting you carry on. Go on.
Okay, well, you've got that grin like... Okay. Now, see, this is what happens when you say something. I go off track and I don't know what I'm...
I didn't say anything.
Just put me off. I don't know where I was going to go with this now or what I was going to say. So, yeah, so we're in a better position in so many ways. Like... I know what you're thinking.'re so rude.
No, I didn't even think that.
Okay, like in so many ways, like career-wise with yourself and stuff where you were and whatever, even with myself, things are great. They could be better, but everyone wants better. But hey, enjoy the ride process. And it's like one thing I find really hard. Now, I don't know if there's other people out there who are similar to me. They're probably people looking and think, nah, she ain't like that. Or she doesn't come across like that. She's very much bubbly. I don't know what people perceive. But what it is like considering where we are with social media and just being able to connect with people. Like it's so easy to do, especially with what we do and stuff and having a good audience and what have you. I find it really difficult to do that. Like engage with other people. People will message me. I have a lot, like obviously love collaborations. People want to get in touch. But me personally, so like they probably wouldn't be someone I'd want to engage with or connect with or have anything in common with. Whether it's through work or something, it's not something you want. But the people that I find that I want to reach out to because I feel like I would, grow and learn, and I'm on that kind of path that I feel like I'm going that way. I find it really hard to like just say, hey, like, I don't know. And that's something I really want to do, like break out of. But I kind of, and I feel like I know what the reason is for why I do it, and it's stopping me.
And when you say it?
Why don't I say it? I feel like I'll be a bit too open about that. And that is, I think that is something, again, I don't think people will believe. I know why I do it. But again, I feel like I'll be at a level to speak about that and I'm not there yet. But yeah, like I want to be able to connect with where I want to head off in life, where I want to go. Like we're doing, like where I see myself venturing off doing the things I want to do. Like I want to connect with people. Those people clearly don't know I exist. But if I did kind of follow, I find it hard to say, hey, I really like what you do. And I'm feeling I want it. But and the thing is, I feel like I don't have anyone who encourages and pushing me to do that. You'd probably say, yeah, well, why not do that? If I told you there's someone in particular. But you're like that as well. I find you're the same, and you're the kind of person. I feel like you, because you're a bit of an introvert, you find it more easy like having me when we go out places, and I'm like, I am that type of person who I will stop someone, I will talk to them, I'll be like, hey, and he'll be like, then he'll join in, and you feel like you're more comfortable that way. You don't go out and approach anyone.
My thing and your thing is a bit different though. If I'm allowed to speak.
Oh, so you are, but does this hurt because you're the one who's normally yap.
No, it's not hurting me.
I can't get in edgeways with you.
It's not hurting me.
But normally you takes over the show.
I wasn't. You can carry on. I'm just saying you're asking. You haven't even.
Let me speak, but that's what's normally the case the other way around. What I feel like it is the reason for that. With you, I'm not gonna speak on your behalf, but I know that for me it's been why I find it hard is I think because of all the stuff that we've been through.
I'm looking at people, and I'm basically, with what I do, mainly we do reaction and movies, and I'm very much that. If I was going to connect to the people that I watch and I associate my work with, it's normally sort of directors and actors, and either to do with movie production or other YouTubers. So it's more to do with their work. And then I would like talk to them and ask them about how their work, their journey, stuff like that. Or even though it might still be people in the real world to do with what we do as a podcast, talking to people about their relationships of what works and what doesn't. Because I feel like most of the time when I connect and when we go out and meet people, which, being busy, it doesn't happen often. But when we meet people to do with our work and stuff like that, I think my conversation, besides the work that they are doing, which is sometimes different to mine, so you're interested in what they're doing, it could be YouTube, could be something else, it usually starts relating to their relationships or how they balance work and family life, and how do they, how can I sort of relate in that sense? And I normally relate with the people who not only want to do something in life, be something like that. And I don't say they've got to be YouTubers or filmmakers or content creators, but they work for, their families, but at the same time, they also want to grow in their relationships. Not people who just go, I just want to make money, I just want to get somewhere, and this, that, and the other.
When we go through work-wise, when we do, say, now these food vlogs, and we do, I don't like that world at all. It's such a damn fake world out there. It's just not nice, and they only want to know you for your numbers, and that side, I don't like it. And I've seen so much. It's just like there's no real connect, no real genuine, like, you want to know each other. It's just all to do with this social media influencer life, and I don't want to be known about that. Although I do what I do, that automatically happened with what we're doing. It's not what I planned to go out there and do. So I have those kind of people who reach out to me, but it's not me. It's not like, I love dressing up, I do what I do. Yeah, I love that. And I have those kind of same women who want to, which is fine. Well, actually they don't seem to. It's always through work, like, sending clothes. So I'm not really having, same kind of female following who do the same as me here or there for the business wise. It's always like, oh, could you come here, promote this, and when you go to these events, you will see those small influencers. We've spoken about it before, small influencers who are either setting out or building or already somewhere, and it just seems like they're waiting for the next person who's going to walk through the door, who's got a bigger account than them, they already know, and they want to grasp hold of them. They don't really care.
But it's not just in that. It's not just in. I mean, it is influencing. And majority of the influencers you'll see, guys, they do the work for nothing. In other words, they do it for the free food.
And I'm done with that.
We started doing that at the starting because obviously we were doing what we're doing now was something different. We don't do that anymore. And it was like, oh my God, we're getting called to this place. I mean, we always want to go to this place and let's see what it is. And then you realise that these reps that contact you, they make quite a lot of money and they don't pay you, but yet they get paid to pay you. And
so they so much.
But there's so many influencers out there who want the put stuff on their page and want to be called. So they see it as, well, we're getting food for free, or we're getting to put content or create content without having to pay to go to these places. Therefore,
makes us look a little bit.
It builds our
Platform.
our platform, builds our sort of like Instagram, whatever it is that you do, and they're doing us a favor. And they carry on doing that. They keep on going from one place to the other, keep taking pictures, and they're going, well, look, people can see the life that we live in. We've got friends who are in real estate as well. They buy houses and they rent out houses, and
it's the same thing.
They have a lot of money.
You go to their kind of functions and stuff, and it's like they're waiting for the next person who they know
who's coming in
they
the door.
can gain something from.
That's what they do, and they find it that there's nothing wrong, that you're networking, but there's networking to find like-minded people that you can grow together. But it doesn't always have to. It seems like it's always networking to. It's just money. It's just focus on that. And I think that, for me, is the thing that, that's all good. Like, they'll look at us and go, okay, you like do social media. What can we have you guys do from us? Which, we're not saying they're bad people. They're just like going, okay, we don't understand that world, but also we can help you in this world. And they encourage you. So, like I said, it's not that when I meet people, or the people I want in my life are usually, that I would be friends with. I'm not saying it's got to be people who, have got kids and have got a family, but I mean, it could just be a husband and wife, or boyfriend and girlfriend, or whatever it is. But for me, is it someone who actually wants to do something, create something, get somewhere, not just go, oh, I'm just settled, I'm doing this job, and it is what it is, go to work, come back, watch TV. No, I don't want that either. You go for a pint and that's it, you bitch about stuff. I can't do that. It's always like, I've got this idea, I want to do this, or this is what I'm doing in my business, got nothing to do with what I'm doing. And it's not like, but then also going, well, I did this with my girlfriend, I did this with my wife, I took my kids to do this, and you know what, something that you go in, there's this package that, also is sort of valuable to me, kind of thing. Like, I don't want to just, I work because I want to make money and I want to succeed in what I do, but also I want to have a great life with the people that matter to me.
Yeah.
And so it's those values and those beliefs, and it's not finding those often.
Yeah, no, that's true. So it is exactly the same here as well. But going back to what you said, I disagree in one way. Yes, they ain't all bad people, but what we've seen so far, it feels like it is a real big, more than a handful of people. Like, for instance, you were saying earlier, I know it's going off track, but you have these, PR companies. They make the money, but they want everything done from them for free. They want people to work for them for free, and that one thing does really, really annoy me now. As soon as a PR company reaches out to me, I'm saying, you're going to pay me for what you're doing. I know my worth, but it's just how that world is trying to get something from you for free, thinking that everyone's going to enjoy it just because it's a free thing. It's not. We don't enjoy going out and having food. We don't even enjoy going out and seeing those kind of. I don't enjoy it. The clickiness, the think you're better than you know, and then when you see them just randomly up in town or just randomly in a coffee shop and they're just blank and pretend that they don't know you. They're awful.
But most of them are single people or ain't got
youngsters,
kids. Ain't got,
it's the way that it is. But anyway,
going back, that's why I'm saying it's a different world.
It's not a nice world. It's not what. So I didn't set out to do what I'm doing. I do what I do just alongside with beauty, the work. Clothes. I love whatever fashion and stuff. So it's led to that. Just. Itself, it has, from Magic Flicks to...
And with Magic Flicks, with what we've done and where it's got us to, we did it ourselves. We didn't do it because we went to somebody else and we climbed on their back and thought, let's take their, this, and let's take that from that person, that from that person. How can we use them? Everything we've learnt from everything we've done has basically been ourselves,
and that's it. So and then people
that's
just
when
think
we look at other people doing it and we're going,
you don't genuinely want to know us, and it's been like that. So I've learned a lot. I've drawn away from that, knowing what your worth is, getting paid for everything you're doing. If you want to go for something free because you feel like, what, why not? Then fine, but we'll not do it no more. But going back to saying, where we have met, what kind of things you want if you did meet someone, it'd be family, learning things off them, doing things
it's not always money oriented. The other day we met someone, I'm not going to mention them, but met someone and I felt sort of happy and relaxed because they're in a relationship, but they got their own business. He does his own thing. His partner she does her own thing. And so many things that this person was saying, and I was relating to it, things that they want to do, things they want to, things that they do together as a, couple, and yet how they are, and you're going, wow, lovely. You know what? It's not just about being better than everyone else, and it's not just about making money. It's about, what they do in their relationship. It was that. It wasn't like me going, oh, so that's your business. Well, what's that in it for me? And he wasn't doing to me like going, so that's what you guys do. Ooh,
What can I get out
What
of
can
it?
I get?
These are the kind of people we've been around.
It wasn't anything like that. It was like, I know that this person is doing well in his own life. He sees us and doing what we do in our own life. Hopefully he sees us doing well. But it was, and I know that his partner, but we didn't go into that, oh,
What can I
okay,
get out of you?
tell me. It was more or less like asking, so where do you guys go? What do you guys do with your
In fact,
time?
we were getting on so well. I mean, I'm sitting there as well. I was trying to squeeze in. Can you see I can't squeeze in a conversation with him? That's why I rolled in earlier on today. But you just can't with him. And so the pair of them, I tried to. Even when I was talking, they were cutting me off, and I was like, yeah, can you imagine us like going out as a couple? Like, this is going to be fun. Like, yeah. So you really did enjoy. So it's nice meeting people like that. You have something in common. You can learn stuff and do things together. Or, you know, like we were like questioning quite a lot, as in just relationship wise, how do you fit each other in? Like, because you're busy. That for us is, it's better than going out and
I think that was the point that I was making, that many of these people that I was like, not just in real estate, there's loads of people that have come into our life now that got a lot of money, loads of different kind of businesses, very well off, which we didn't have in our life before, to be honest. Lovely people, but their relationships, you know, with their partners or with their children, those kind of things, it's like they're there and money is important and it's like we're giving it, but they don't look at that we need to do this with our children or with our partner. And when I look at that and they're just going, what's the next business idea, what's the next thing we're going to buy, what's the next thing that we're going to do,
the majority of them will be they'll do so much for their kids, but it wouldn't be about their partnership.
As in when they're doing things for their kids, it's normally buying things for their kids, and it's like giving the money to their wife or partner. So it's not like they're in divorced or they're separated. It's like this thing of going, well, I'm making the money, they understand, and here's the money, spending on yourself and the kids, and everything's good as gold. And, you know, but yet they honestly will openly say that we don't really have a relationship. You know what I mean? And if they were more like this, and if they did this, and you're going, but you haven't got the time to work on it, and, you know, and that's the thing. But when I look at people who are doing things with their life, but they look at their relationship and I feel like, wow, where did you go? What did you do? I
find so difficult to do. Main, I think, reason for that is, and I don't want to go deep into it, is because of the people we've had, the people who have been around us already. And it doesn't mean all those people we've spoke about just now through this world of social media. It's people, whether it's family, whether it's friends. I've seen the world, and it's made me put up such a barrier, especially over before, I'm going to say way before lockdown. It was when I was going through my hardest. I kind of cut everyone off. And you know what? Looking at it then, I wasn't at any point in my life where I was like, oh my God, I'm missing out. Oh my God. You know, there was so much of my life that was absorbed by these people where I felt like I was giving so much, and yet I had nothing to give. Do you know what I mean? There was nothing to give, but I was going through so much myself. And when I took myself away from that, and you realise, bloody hell, like, you were always trying, they never really showed up for you. If they did, you had a function, whatever, but it wasn't like mentally there for you, because you wouldn't offload your whatever you're going through, because you didn't think they needed to know whatever, going through whatever.
Or they wouldn't care.
Yeah, is there any reason wouldn't care? But anyway, you go through your thing you've gone through, you kind of cut away from everyone. And I think that was great. It was for me. You know, you go through your process of thinking, shit, you've come back out of that, you know, the hardship you've been through, should you reconnect with people? Because you do start feeling bad, and then you're like, no, because you're back there again with those same people. Their lives haven't changed, but yeah, I want to improve. So it's also kind of people I want to reach out, the ones that I know that, because we as human beings, we all need to grow, evolve, and I feel like I've wasted enough time of my life already where I haven't really given myself fully me. I haven't, you know what I mean? That, and it's also kind of people I want to reach out to, but I find it difficult, and that is one of my reasons. Those people and the way they have been, and also then you have this social media life people, and just a whole impact of how I am generally about myself. And it's like small little steps, and reaching out. And
I think the only thing about connecting is, number one, you've got to be honest with yourself. Like I was saying, while you're connecting, it can't just be a one-way thing of, oh God, this person seems good, Why do you want to connect with them? Is it because of what they're saying and the energy that they bring? What is it that, like now I was saying, if I was connecting to someone, if I was connecting to celebrities or directors, it's because of magic flicks. I want to interview them. I want to know about their life. Even them, I probably want to know about their relationship and stuff like that, behind the scenes. So there's a reason why, because it's related to my work.
I know my
and not only that, I'm fascinated in that world. That world is a lot for me. But then at the same time, in this podcast world, I want to connect to real sort of men, real women, about them, maybe they were stuck in a job that, they didn't enjoy, or they were in a relationship where they weren't happy, or they were around so many family members just like us, or friends, that they didn't feel like they were growing. They felt like they were in this place that they just felt like they had to do it, or they had nothing else to do. So you go to work and you feel like, well, this is what it is. We've got married, we've got kids. We do what we got to do there. We need to escape from there sometimes and meet other people and listen to their stuff, or tell them our stuff because we need someone to talk to, or listen to them at the same time. And then you just either feel grateful that your life isn't so bad, or you feel like, oh God, but you're not evolving. They're not evolving. They probably think the same thing about you. And you're more or less just like, sort of like emptying your head and everything that's going on them, and they're doing the same thing. Not that it's wrong, because sometimes we need that, but then it's like none of you have listened to each other's advice. None of you have grown from
like
that.
You just made each other feel better.
You just more or less gone,
my life's not as bad as yours.
Or vice versa. Like, you know what I mean? And it just feels like I've got someone to, empty out on. They've got someone. But not at any point are we going, you know what, but how are we going to grow or change from this? How are you moving on? Is it you changing your career, or, encouraging and supporting, and then supporting when they've done it as well? Or are you changing your relationship, or are you changing your friendship? Even being open and honest and saying, that friend over there, I love them to bits and stuff. They're not a bad person, but they're not right for you, because whenever you meet them, they're quite negative and it's the same story, and you go there and you're feeling like this. But at the same time, do you see you're not moving either? You keep on saying, I've got to be there for them, but you're not doing anything about you. Or you could turn around and go there and say, my relationship with my partner isn't great. But you're going over there and you tell that person, my relationship with my partner ain't great. They go, mine isn't great. But you're not. So you got this time with this person, time with that person. You're working the rest of the time, kids with that. But you're not going home and going, so how can I make this relationship better? Yeah. And everyone doesn't do that. They're already going, Mum, guess what's going on in my life? Yeah. A brother, sister, friend. You know what? My wife's such and such. My husband's this. He doesn't care about money. He doesn't care about me. This, that, and the other. Okay. Then when you come home, you're not dealing with it. Yeah. You're just basically going, all right, but yet you go, but we haven't got time together. I'm not saying us, but we haven't got time together. But you've just had time for X, Y, Z and spend hours, but yet you ain't got time for that. And this is what ends up happening. So for me is having people that can probably come on the podcast or be relatable, that go, you know what, we were in this situation, now we've got here, and this is how we did it. And we still get to manage our relationship, our time with our children, but also our individual life, work. Doesn't have to be a business. But, we're happy in ourselves. Because I don't think many people are happy these days. They keep on thinking that other people got it better. They either got to keep on working, keep on improving, making more money, or they need so many more people in their lives to feel that they're valued and they're good. And, the more people that come to my kid's wedding, the more, God, like, I must be like, someone. Instead of going, I've got this circle, and around this circle are people who actually want to improve their life and want the best of everything, and work on it. Yeah. Those people.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I feel like I'm looking for. Just because of past experiences, like I want to be able to move past that, because I feel like I've come a long way, and like, is that like how like I've tried, and I feel like I get so paranoid about it. That initial thing, just like breaking away from, I feel like that's one thing that I just, and I think things will really, really, hopefully would start improving. I think it's not just that, I feel like we're holding ourselves back on everything we do already. There's so much we could do, and it's just breaking. We're just so stuck in that like mold at the moment, like just everything's comfortable. Then there is a fear of moving forward. I think everyone has that, don't they? And there's so many things you want to do, and it's breaking past that, and this is one of them. So it was just that, like, that's been on my mind, definitely. this week, and I thought I'd speak about it, and that's it. I mean, is there other people out there who find it hard to connect with other people? It's so easy to do these days. Like you couldn't do this back in the days. And
can I just ask, if someone was to ask you, obviously, like now, you want to reach out to someone, and they might, I don't know, they might have a YouTube channel, they might do Instagram, they might do podcasts or whatever it might be. But what if they were asked you that, okay, would you be happy to have a chat either on your podcast or on their podcast? Obviously with similar things of either your journey or your relationships or where you're heading towards or how you feel. Would you do that? Because that's the thing, it might not be like, yeah, that's fine, meeting up, but it's normally many people are networking through the stuff that they're doing.
I think when they're networking, they've known them for a while, they already see some, like...
Don't think all the time, no. But many times I feel like people are just reaching out, they've seen their work,
which I think
see what they do, and they more or less go... And hence why when you go to these places, even if the influencers or different things, that's what networking is. You may have come across their work. You don't know them personally. You've never really, or you might have written a message here or there. You know nothing about them really. So then all of a sudden they'll just go, hey, do you want to come onto my... If you see many of these people, they've just gone, oh, we just became friends after the podcast.
See that. See,
but I just feel that you would be very insecure how I see you. Because I feel like, a person might go, yeah, you know what, this would be great. You should come down and just be on my podcast. And you'll just go, all right, now, you know what, I've reached out to this person, I spoke to them, and I said I totally...
He's 100% right on this.
I'll totally be like, I wouldn't mind being friends with this person, and I wouldn't mind opening up with this person now, but I don't want the world to know what's going on in my life.
No. So he's 100% right with this. So, like,
And then all I'm saying is that fear of yours
is
already just basically, or go, I want to reach out, but I just want them to be okay with me, and we talk and we become friends.
Okay.
But... oh my God, if they tell me that, then all of a sudden, like, oh my God, you know what, I better not.
Oh, right, calm down, man. You're going, yeah, I get it.
There you go. See?
Jesus. And he is right, because clearly, like I'm saying, this is all led from me. It's been weeks on end, like, I've been thinking and doing them. I'm trying to make time for myself to continue on doing the things I want to do, and it's a bit hectic at the moment, right? So... like I said, going back to reaching out, it's hard. I've tried to do it, and it was like such a spare of the moment. Not even spare of the moment. I saw a sign and I thought, I'd do this, and I did it. And I was getting sweats. And can you believe someone like me who's on a podcast, who sits on Magic Flicks, who is out with my, I do Instagram, I do TikTok, and I'm like so I till people see that part, and I'm like, how was I was in a hot panic, like I was, and then I look back. So a day, was it the same day? About halfway down the day. I looked down at that message I sent. I was like, oh my God, that's how panicked I was. There was spelling mistakes. And then I thought, forget it. Doesn't matter. I've sent the message. That's the main thing. And now, like, okay, I'm not bothered so much, because obviously people have lives. They've got things to do, whether I'm not looking back for a reply. But I slowly started to write. And one thing I don't do is I engage on YouTube. And I've started to do it on Instagram. I have done on Instagram. But the things that I'm like not looking forward to and stuff. So I engaged, and one of the guys has put back, and like you just said, will you be ready to? It's been a day, and I can't open the message. I can't open the message.
Coach.
Like that is crazy, isn't it?
And this is the point that I'm making. Number one, are you ready for when people reach out to you? And and you're gonna give them the same opportunity that you basically saying that, you know what? I want to reach out to these people who might be like-minded, we can grow together, and and then there's people out there who go, I want that, but then they go, number one, they might not reply, or number two, they do reply, and then they're like, now what do we do? Oh my God, panic mode. And number two, number three, people turn around and go, they want that, but then when other people do the same, they just go, no, I can't do that. I ain't gonna be open now, you know what I mean? And then all of a sudden they're like going, well, we want this, but you're not willing to give this. Okay, so it's got to be a bit of both.
Of course it is. So
I'm
not, but like clearly I know that.
Very defensive.
I'm going to be you, because you were dragging that same thing on for ages. I get that, but
the thing now is, this person's like roll out, and then it's going to be.
See is what people get to see. Like I said, I can do this, that, the other. With it isn't you. No one really knows a person properly, just because you've got social media, or you got you do whatever. I'm not saying I'm not confident, but clearly there's something that holds me back, and this is something I feel like everyone needs to. And this is me telling myself this. I'm like, is anyone out there who feels the same? Yeah, get in there and just push, and take those steps, and I'm like, this is me telling me, because it's like, what the hell is it? Why do I do this for? Like, I see people, I'm like, whoa, I've been happy enough to have all these people I've gained nothing from, and I've wasted a lot of time in my life. What am I going to lose? Why are we so fearful? The thing is, you see me do X, Y, and Z. Why are you so fearful for the things you know that will benefit or help you in life, and help the other person as well?
And not only that, most of the time, when we run our lives or we're doing any other videos, you more or less tell our stories anyway. So it's not like you got anything that you're going to be hiding. You know what I mean? I mean, you don't turn around and say we got a happy, hunky, marriage and relationship. You bitch about me all the time. And,
vice versa, you do the same.
I say how amazing you are all the time. Every video that you see, if people have a look, man.
People can read you. Trust me, they know you're full of crap.
Look at.
See, I don't have to do the whole. I am like an open book. I feel. Am I? No, but you can. From
You're not
me,
open book.
Okay, I'm not an open book, but you can. You get what you get from me. You're not going to get anything. I'm not. I feel like I've been told I don't have filter, but I feel like it's a good thing in some ways. In most ways, in a good way, I don't have a filter. I don't go out my way to make someone feel really bad. Like, do you know what I mean? With meaning that filter wise, I just say what I feel. Not that, in the sense that I want to be open up and honest. Whether it's someone who wants to be in a friendship or wants my opinion on something, or I'm not gonna. You know what I mean? There's some people who sugarcoat stuff. I am not that person. You will not get that from me, and I try and lay this out to. You want to know the honest truth? Is this going to affect our relationship? If you want me to be honest, So it's not. I don't know. I don't hide things. Yeah, even us too. The ups and downs. We speak about a lot of stuff, but there's clearly it's that. Like, I want to work on. So this is all I wanted to talk about today. It's like longed out for an hour, but it is what it is. So
I still don't know what we spoke about.
I was going to say something about this podcast. I'm allowed to actually podcast. You can say what you want.
No, you can't.
You can.
No, you can't.
Yeah, you can.
No, you can't.
But yeah, it's just that. It's just like crazy.
So basically, our podcast was about you reaching out to people and then not wanting to talk to them, but just be friends with them.
No. Maybe it's about you guys get to know a little bit about me. You see me. People judge people just because of. They just like to judge people. You know what I mean? It's not nice.
For me, is if there's any people out here who are actually watching our podcast, I don't care, what line of business they are or whatever it is, that, and you could be single. So it's not like I'm saying that you've got to be married, like I says. For me, it would be just people who want to improve on their life, but not just, oh God, you know what? We want to be rich in whatever business that you're creating. Oh, I want to be an entrepreneur, or I want to be a YouTuber, or I want to be, real estate, whatever it might be. I want to own so many different businesses, sales car. That's all life is about. Like, making that money, becoming rich, becoming successful, so the world will go, how amazing I am. Just basically a person going, yeah, I do want that. I want to go there. But at the same time, I want to be doing things with, if I haven't got a partner or kids at the moment, then with my friends or my family matters, or, and if you have that, how can we sort of like grow together and, that going, okay, so what worked for you in your relationship? What worked for you as a parent, as a father, as a mother? How did you guys manage work, life, but yet also grow, improve yourself? Because I think those things matter, and I think those are my kind of people.
If we were to title this podcast, I think to myself now, we've got to come up with the title. Obviously, what would it be? There's me's rabbit it on, but there is a deeper meaning behind it. Just like you're saying, it is not always about you want to grow career wise and whatever else. But there's so much more to it in life. Like just to be able to, living in peace and connecting with people on the same path and learning. And it's not always about what you can.
Yeah. And I was going to say, it doesn't mean, guys, again, it's got to be people who are rich. Like I said, you could just basically be a working class person who goes to work and does your hours and just goes, I love doing X, Y, and Z with my family on a weekend. We don't just sit at home, or we just go to families' houses and just pass our time, and that's all. So basically, we go on walks, we go on hikes, we go bike riding, we climb mountains, whatever it might be. That there's that other side of life that is just not about working or making money. We improve on our relationships. and we need to grow there.
That's exactly.
You learn a lot from that.
You learn a lot from that. So from this podcast, you guys have learned that where we've been, what kind of people we've been. You've also got to learn a bit about me, that I might be all like, you know, open and, you know, don't come across like she's shy.
And that she's going to open up to other people and, you know, message
that even for
people.
me it's hard.
It's difficult.
Regardless of what I do. And I want to do those kind of things, and that's what we want. And I feel like...
So if you're one of those people that she's reached out to, either A, please write back if you can, or B, she'll be going... And then she'll go, no, I'm actually okay with it.
This is because he knows me so well. I would be effing and blimey, no.
And then like 2 years later, that person replies, what's the point of replying to me now? I don't care.
Do you know what I don't
I'm not
like?
going to. Then it'll be like the day that she just goes, you know what, actually, I understand they must have gone through quite a lot, you know. Let me just do it because they are a nice person.
Okay, you know what maybe...
that's what she's... So she'll go, so high. Then she'll just bring herself back down and going, actually, I understand.
Okay, so you know what you made me think of is that lady who reached out to me. She reached out to me before lockdown. So this entrepreneur, she reached out to me. I don't know what she does. I mean, she does some kind of woman power. I don't know. But clearly, again, I couldn't write to her. I saw her page and I don't remember it because she deleted a message. No, she didn't even delete a message. So the second time she wrote to me, which was just about 2 months ago, would we say? About 2 months ago. And she's left a message from 2001, I think it was. Hey, we should connect. 2021. And hey, we should connect and whatever. And then she sent another one, which was just 2 months ago. I've seen it. And you know what? This time around, I thought, yeah, okay, let's reach out. I did it 2 days ago. I was like, oh, that's great. You know, sounds nice. She was like, hey, Sureet, you seem so interesting and, you know, really like to connect with you. And it's basically, I thought, okay, she's looked into me, whatever. We should connect. So I reached back out to her. She sent me a voice note. I sent her one back thinking, okay, she's comfortable enough to do that. From the first time it was a message, a voice note, I've sent her one back. Then she sends me a message saying, oh, okay, that's great. What do you do? And I thought, that is damn rude. Can I ask what you do? And I thought, that is damn rude. Do not. And I've just ignored. I can't deal with people like that. If you've reached out to me, you clearly are going to. Now, if I want to reach out to someone, it's because I've got something in common. Or I think, whoa. And I've looked in. I don't just reach out straight away. It's months on end. I've seen them. I've watched them. I've done something. It's something that really resonates with me. And she's gone and asked me. And this is the kind of world that you really like. And then you look at her, and then you got her friends who are now messaging me. That I've had a friend of hers, a colleague of hers, saying, "Hey, Sureet, I think we need." I'm like, this is just business. I don't want to be involved in that. You know what I mean? I want to grow in life. I want to do things. Of course I do. I want to be around people who are doing well, and you know, we're all learn off each other. But I want genuine people in my life. Yeah. You know, and I found that damn rude, and that's a female doing. I was like, I could not do that. You've got some courage, lady. Like, now I wonder how you feel that 2 months later I still haven't messaged you, although I sent you a voice note back saying, yeah, let's connect. What do you do? I find that
just
rude.
See the numbers and just like
that's what they see. And the thing is, if you think that,
and they're happy to just like message.
They see the numbers, but even her and her colleague, they haven't got a big account, but they have got. Well, I'm not bragging again. It's about the confidence that they have. It doesn't matter. They don't think it doesn't bother them if they get shot down or like not even people have a message. They don't care. Whereas I do. You know what I mean? I'm
because
like, first do I reach out? Do I not reach out?
Because I think the difference is you're trying to reach out to like-minded people. You look at them and you want them to be genuine, and you're hoping that it builds into relationships. Like I'm not saying just friendship. It could be work-related, whatever, but genuine relationships. Whereas they just go in looking at
numbers.
Like we're not bothered about that. If this person replies back, you know, hopefully it'll help us get to where we want to get to, and you know,
I don't like that.
But it's not like they're not looking for that relationship.
So
or
that's
that,
the world
you know,
I do not like, and I haven't liked, and this is what we have drawn away from. So if she was just like, oh great,
I think if we were more like that, you know what? I'll tell you, the amount of people that do reach out to us, and if we also were just genuine like that, we just want to get there. Trust me, we've got celebs and people who write to us. We've got people who actually want us to promote their songs, their movies, their blah, blah, blah. Oh God, there's loads. We would be just milking it, raking it somewhere else, but it's just how it's not. So it just doesn't feel comfortable. Doesn't feel right.
She just reached out back to me and said, "Hey, you know," because I wrote back. I was like, "Yeah, that's great. Do you want? Whatever." She just went, do you want to meet up? I mean, can you believe this woman? She dresses so well. She's in a suit, and you know, she stands on. I was just like, I don't find you genuine at all. I don't. I want to reach out. I want to reach out to people who I know there's the same path. I've learned about them a little. anyway, that was that. So there is people out there who can. They've got the confidence, and then there's people like me who've got accounts that I have, and you can't do that kind of stuff. So it's like guys. So it's a bit of everything here.
Who just doesn't do it.
He doesn't, and I'm like, you know,
I like to be. For me, I like I said. Besides, if it was like celebs and stuff to do with work related, but you know where you stand. You're not gonna. I'm not gonna end up being friends with Amitabh Bachchan. You know what I mean? That's it, regardless. I like to meet people in person. If I meet people in person when I go out with Sureet and I find them genuine, or you know they're work related, and Sureet like, yeah, we'll meet up, and then I feel like, you know, I can, this person just being who they are. I pick it. I think maybe it's because I was a police officer for 20 years. I pick it up from the way that they're speaking, their body language, and this, that, and the other. I'm just going, this is my kind of person. Or, oh, it's nice meeting you, but I'm good. You know what I mean? And I'm not one of those that goes, hey, sweet, you don't want to, you shouldn't, blah, blah, blah. No, that she makes her choices, I make mine. And I just like going, not mine. I don't see, it was nice. The person might be nice, but I just don't see what I can offer them, like as in myself, that things we could do. I mean, even if it was like having a game of golf or something, you know what I mean? If it's something like that, you go, oh, okay, at least we could play golf together. It doesn't have to be everything. This person is nice, or we don't have anything else in common, but they like golf, I like golf, or we like football. At least it could be a person that I can watch football with. It's those kind of little things.
It is.
And then when it isn't that, you're just going, well, it's not that, it's not that, not that, and I don't want anything else, and there's nothing I can give. Then no, I haven't got that time.
So that's it. That's what the podcast is about, guys. If there's anyone like me who feels like, you know what, you want to grow, you want to move forward and stuff in life, here's me telling you, just as me as well, like telling myself, like I said, like we need to start making those steps.
Yeah. And I think that's Sureet's take. You guys need to make those steps if you need to, you know, do what you want to do and reach out and have those kind of people in your life, because they ain't going to come and knock on your door.
No,
and
they're not.
And you've got to also overcome those fears as well. And I think for me is, are you guys being in the same boat, whereas you have got people in your lives, but have you genuinely got the like-minded people in your lives? And you know, and where did you find them, if that is the case? Like, you know what I mean, do you find it easy to find people who enjoy the things that you guys do, want to do, you know, grow with? Or is it that, you know, you just go, well, we can't now, or it's not possible, therefore we make do with what we got? That kind of thing.
I mean, doesn't it, the older you get in life, I mean, as soon as you leave high school and uni and stuff, it's not easy. You meet people at work wise and wherever, it's not easy to make friends these days. And well, I hit a certain age, it isn't, and it's a lot harder, like I said, and especially if you're working from home, but you think to yourself, doing what we're doing, it's easy to connect with people and whatever, but it isn't. And again I'll say this, people judge a book by its cover just because they don't know someone fully. But this is me being honest, like, you know, it isn't an easy thing for me, and it's something I want to work towards. And yeah, and hopefully anyone else who feels the same way, I'm encouraging you guys as well, because I'm going to be taking those leaps. And yeah,
watch this space. Anyway, guys, that was the podcast. Unless you got anything else more you want to say, anything. So we'll see, guys. We'll see in about like a month's time how many people she's reached out to, what numbers, and how many people replied back to her. And where she is, and if things have changed, and hopefully we could do a podcast to say, hey, how my life has changed and what kind of people I've got in my life and whatever it will be, so then she could talk about that.
I have honestly, I know where I want to go in life, and that's the thing, when you know, and it's not all this materialistic world and, you know, none of that. So seeing it, and it's been a short period of our life, you know, there's times in our life where, you know, you wouldn't even want to treat yourself to a dress and you get things sent, and you're like, it doesn't bring you no joy. It doesn't bring you no joy. And I know what I want. And like I said, if someone knows what they want in life, then just keep going until you get there, and I'll get there.
Hopefully one day she'll tell me what she wants.
Even you don't know.
Told you. That's what I said. Hopefully one day she'll tell me.
I think you do know. It's not rocket science.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So yeah. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed our podcast. That's gone here, there, everywhere. And we will see you on the next one.
Take care. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.